Hello and welcome to Homework 1. I'm going to keep the first couple homework assignments super simple, so don't worry, we should all be able to do them without much problem. I just want to get you a run through of how to do the homework, answer a lot of questions. This is a large class, so if I can explain things the best to my ability, I think it will make everyone in this class easier. Again, with the homework, use ChatGPT, you can use Colab, you can use Google. As long as you decide to say, hey, I used ChatGPT or I used Copilot, I use any of these tools, just put it in the homework, that's fine, I don't care. Your goal is to get the answer, not to get stuck down in the details. I'm not asking for citations or anything else like that. So homework 1 and homework 2 are, again, super simple. You both should be able to do these without much problem. I'll put the video either in here or on another page. So let's just get started. Basically what I'm asking for is I'm going to give you some code. You have to change the code, and what I'm looking for is you have to change this first part, this first line. The fraction takes part of the whole data set and takes, well, in this case, 20% of it. And then random state just says, hey, this is the number I'm going to use to take the 20%. So you got to change this fraction right here in random state. I wouldn't go much higher than 40, 50% because it just takes longer to run. I mean, you can do 90%. That's why I'm using this, because I did it at 100% a couple times. I got tired of waiting. My patience is not good, so that's why I changed it to 20%. Then you have to paste the most common value. It will give you it in the, kind of like the output, and then you just have to upload your output or your notebook. So again, 3 tasks. Just basically change this line. When you change this line, you get some different code here or some different output, and then just give me a copy of your notebook. With all my assignments, you can upload it 10 times. You can upload it 1 time. I don't care. I don't look at any of the first assignments. Whatever your last upload is the one I grade. So if you have questions, let me know. And let me pause this and let me run through the code on how to do this. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to click this link right here. It's going to load a new page. Oh, there we go. Hopefully it looks similar to yours, because this is my educational account. This is my non-paid account. I'm just going to hit run time, run all. So that's just what I like to do. Actually, even before I do that, I'm going to clear the output so we can, I guess, go through it real quick. What are we at? 2 minutes. So this just installs some tools. We're going to finish up the big data fundamentals this week, and we're going to go to NLP next week. These notebooks are more focused around NLP. So that's why I kind of want you to, get used to NLP stuff. This just imports stuff for Python. This just downloads NLTK stop words, which we'll talk about next week. Actually, I don't even need this. I was originally going to have you do a lot more, then I kind of roll it back. So basically what this does is I have 2 data sets. So they're the same thing, it's just one is bigger and one is smaller. You can use either one right here. Literally, I mean, I have 1 copy in there right now. I think I have the small one. Yeah, I have the small one in there, but it doesn't really matter. These are about, I think the big one's like 2 gigs. So basically it's going to just grab it from my personal Dropbox account and just downloads it. It's going to import the data. If there's any bad data, it just skips it. It's going to basically have a column of ratings. So these are Amazon ratings right here. I'm not sure the exact data set, but there's a million Amazon rating reviews out there. So it's just one of the random ones. Code data card. Let's see. So this is how the actual data looks. So it gives you a little preview. So yeah, so the test is 170 megs and the train is 1.59. So one is large and one is small. That's how I broke it. So the polarity is 1 is a negative review on a product, 2 is a positive review. We're not going to use that. We're going to have like a title of the review, buyer beware. We're going to have the actual text of review. This is a self-published book, and if you want to know why, read a few paragraphs. Probably wrote like me. So this is all the data is. Super simple. We're not going to do much with the data. I just want you to get used to kind of working in Colab, working in data. So this is that like 200 meg one. This is the 1.5 gig one. So you can use either one, and this really, paste it in here. Okay, then what I'm going to do is right here, and this becomes really important with big data. You want to tell it, hey, out of this whole thing, once I download it, you have to download the whole thing, which it does all on Google. I want to use 20%. I want to use 15%. A random state, I just use my birthday, which October 3rd. You'll see that a lot in a lot of my code. You can use any date you want. You just I don't think you have a leading zero, but that just says, hey, next time I run it, and the next time I run it after that, when it breaks it down the same. It has a set point, you know. So there's that. Then what I do is you'll see I take the title and the description and I merge them into basically one column. I make sure everything's a string because I had some problems with that. Then I make sure everything's just lowercase for now, just to keep it simple. Then I want to count what do I have, how many actual characters. In this one, we're just going to remove stop words. Super simple process, super valuable process. Stop words are, you'll learn about them more in detail and different methods to remove them, but there's words that really don't add any value to the context of text for a machine. For humans, they do. For machines, don't. Then we're just going to look at the output again, see how many, what we removed from the stop word, and how much smaller did it make it. Then I just make an even smaller sample here, and again, you don't have to change this one, but you can. It doesn't really matter. The first one's the one that's important, and then it just shows how much smaller it is. And then on Google Colab, I think it takes about a minute to process about 200,000 characters, which I had it set about 200,000 characters. So you see one method of name entry recognition. So where you look at the word like Google or Apple and a bunch of reviews. And this code's not perfect. I just whipped it together really quick. Then I wanted to show you how we can actually make it a little bit faster by using pipes. I don't think we need this bottom one here. Yep. I use that for another example I don't need. So that's all. Very simple. So literally all you have to do is just change, what is it here? 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 cells down. Somewhere in, I just saw, okay, right here. This number, I mean, could be 0.8. It could be, which would be 8%. It could be 12%. And then the random state, 9, 11, my wife's birthday. Then I'm just going to hit run all. It tells you, hey, it was made by me. There we go. You'll see it start to install stuff. I don't know if I should pause this because it gets kind of boring watching a machine install stuff, but I'm going to do that. I'll pause it until it gets to a better part. Okay, got all that stuff installed. Is it all this stuff? So, okay, there we go. Yeah, on my home machine, I can't use this because it's already been removed. But you see, it took 6 seconds to download this and grab 12% of it and the round. So basically, what I want you to do is post this right here. The most common, the game is overrated by the few who played it. You just go here and I don't know, hit submit. So that's the first thing you publish. You see, I mean, it runs some other stuff. None of this really matters. I just want to give you an example of, some of the code and some processing time. So going into this thing had 3 million characters, 3.8 million characters. After we ripped the stop words out, it came down to about 2 million characters. Okay, so much faster to work with. Anyway, just make it a little bit smaller. And then this is just some other stuff I'm not super worried about right now, but in terms of big data, I wanted to show you the difference between like a single core processor and multi-core processing, or pipes. This is not even really multi-core processing, but it's just pipes. And I'm also going to run this on my home machine, so you can kind of see how long it takes. So right now, it says about a minute. Let me let it run. I'm going to pause it and we'll come back and look at it. Yeah, last time we ran it took just about a minute and 12 seconds. Now it's about 2 minutes and 12 seconds. So to run this code at whatever settings I have above, about 2 minutes 20 seconds. Then we'll run it just a slightly different way. So it's 100% the same data, the data frame is the same. That's where the raw data is. Here's where the raw data is. I'm just using a more efficient method of processing it. And you see now it's going to take 30 seconds, 40 seconds. So there's a lot of ways to speed up processing. And this is the trade-off that we always have to kind of think about in the back of our head. If I have to run this on some type of big cluster or supercomputer, I have to download, sometimes I have to download that data set to a lot of different cores or a lot of different machines. I have to break up the data. There's a lot of overhead. Okay, or if I just run it on one machine, there might not be as much overhead. Now, Colab is a shared resource. What do I mean by that? I mean that me and probably 10 other people, maybe 100 other people are actually using this computer right now. So the more people that use a computer, the longer it takes. So let me try this kind of same idea on my local machine, see how long it takes. So I'm getting, and the best way to look at this is right here. 250 iterations a second, let's say, and 70 iterations a second. So, okay, so this is my local machine right here. And since I don't already have these installed, I don't need to run that. So let me just run it real quick. And it ran actually so fast last time that, and this machine's not that great, that I actually have to use more data to actually grab it. So I'm at 0.2, we're on Colab, we are at 1.2, so we are at 12% on Colab, and here I'm at 20%, okay? You see the downloading still takes a little longer, 6.5 seconds compared to 6 seconds. A little different common value, but, so now I'm just going to use this pipe one because it's a little faster. You see now I'm getting close to 600 iterations a second, so I mean, almost 10 times, 8 times as fast as Colab. And this can really add up over time. I mean, so this is, how many characters is this? So 2.8, so 3 million characters. So I mean, that's 3 million characters is a big book. Yeah, so I just Googled it real quick. So that's about 2,500 pages. So to process a 2,500 page book would take me about 2 minutes. So if you had a large corpus of data, something like this on Colab would take me, I don't know if it's 10 times slower, maybe 20 minutes. So again, it's balancing those factors out. How long is it going to take me maybe on my local machine? You know, because again, with local machine you have other issues. You may have reliability issues. Colab I know is going to be up for days and days and days and just nonstop. Where this one won't even process it faster. So this is using what they call pipes, which we'll learn about. If we look over here, you see pipes. So right now it's running. It's not using a whole lot of CPU. This is what took about 2 minutes. You see, I mean, it's using some of my CPUs, but it's not really slamming my CPUs. Yeah, I got 16 cores. Okay. And this method right here, where I basically send it to each one of the processors and just slam my machine 100%, it takes 24 seconds. So there's a lot that you can do nowadays with at least text. On a local machine, on Colab, on Kaggle, that I don't think people really give enough credit for. So again, what happens if you ran this for 3 days? I mean, imagine how much text you could process. The problem is once you start getting these really, really big volumes, trying to load them into memory, trying to do more advanced stuff, that's where the problem comes in. So I just want to recap real quick what you have to do for your homework assignment. I'm going to stop this from running. So for the homework assignment, you just have to click this link right here. Change this value in here somewhere. Revert right here. 1.5, and then we'll do, what's today? 128. Run it all. This will give you the most common value. Just copy and paste that into the homework. And then once that's all done, since I don't want to wait around, go File, download iPi notebook, this one right here, and just attach that to the homework. If you have any questions, if you have any problems, let me know, and I'll help you however I can. Thank you.